Speaking of nice, Minnesota nice. Some say it's the younger, colder cousin of Southern hospitality. Where did it come from, though? Why is that a thing in our state? It's a good question.
All very good questions. So experts I spoke to say there are no clear answers. Something we do have some concept of are the defining characteristics of Minnesota nice, and it's a bit of a mixed bag. It's the question I've been pondering since I moved here. I'm a man on a mission. What is Minnesota nice? Before I spoke to the experts, I ventured over to the Mall of America to speak to you.
Yes, you. What do you think? What's Minnesota nice?
Your answers varied.
Just being courteous and respectful and nice.
We're really good at being overly indecisive, slow to make decisions, slow driving.
People are more giving to everybody, more agreeable. Even if it's something maybe you don't agree with, you go along with it anyway.
It's really hard for people to talk about really hard things.
Corey Bonema and Geraldine Veldoff know a thing or two about the phrase.
So we've talked to so many people who've moved here from really just right around our state who get here and say, what? This is different. This is different.
They dove into the topic in their book, Minnesota Nice, A Transplant's Guide to Surviving and Thriving in Minnesota. After research and countless interviews, they boiled the phrase down to 7 characteristics: polite friendliness, aversion to confrontation, not wanting to intrude, emotional restraint, resistance to change, passive aggressiveness, and understatement. Looking for a few examples? Let's talk about that passive aggressiveness.
I have a relative that when it's been a hot summer day and she's in the car with me, she'll just say, "Is it hot in here?" versus making a request to please turn on the air conditioning. So that's often how it will come out.
How about understatement?
Or you give a presentation and you ask someone how you did, and they'll say, "Oh, you did fine." I call that the Minnesota F word because it's used for everything, and fine doesn't really tell you anything.
If you're not from here, it all takes some getting used to.
You keep your friends from preschool. You're still hanging out with your high school buddies if you're a Minnesotan. You're not changing it up that much. You're not bringing a lot of new people into your life.
And the neighbors will come over and bring a hot dish, you're welcome, and oh, we should go out for coffee sometime. But it's kind of that surface friendliness.
Corey and Geraldine say as people are unable to figure out the culture or make friends, they end up leaving. So yes, fellow transplants, they say navigating Minnesota nice takes work.
So we're always advising people, you have to be very sensitive to the communication and styles and sort of the body language and so forth of people around you, or else you really can't be that successful here.
I think Minnesotans really appreciate 2 people that are really making an effort to try to be part of it. Again, we're not saying you're going to have to thoroughly enjoy it or do it for the rest of your life. Maybe someone's out ice fishing, your neighbor's going out ice fishing and say, "Hey, can I tag along?" Or going up north, the things that Minnesotans take pride in, make a hot dish or go to a hockey game.
Minnesotans have to do their part too.
It is. It's such a great place. And that's why I simply wanted Minnesotans to be aware of the challenges of Minnesota nice.
So you should have seen behind the scenes here.
Alicia
was like, yeah.
It's true.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh, that's true.
I'm guilty.
So we had a great conversation, about a half hour here, touching so much more when it comes to the nuances and the ins and outs of Minnesota nice. If you want to see the full conversation, head to KARE11.com/sunrise. And also our KARE 11 Plus streaming service.
And like the F word you said, it's fine.
Oh,
you're doing fine. And you're like, I need context.
What does fine mean? What does fine mean? Tell me. What does fine mean?
It's definitely a talker, and our Sunrisers have been talking about it.
Yeah.
We asked you, what is Minnesota nice? We got a lot of great comments. So good morning, Ruth Johnson. Shout out to you. She says, respect, helpful, nice, neighborly, kind words.
Yeah, Deborah says shoveling your neighbors out after a big storm. A lot of that going on.
Minnesotans do that for sure.
Very friendly, very neighborly.
Rian says, to me, it's a reference to passive-aggressive behaviors.
That's the #1 answer I got when I spoke to people about this. And Berlin says 4-way stop signs and the infamous waving, "No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first.
No,
no you go first." And then nobody goes.
Oh, that's the worst. All right. I mean, the list goes on and on.
And I did the story out of love. I love this state. I've only been here for a few months. I love it so far. I just wanted to explore that a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Minnesotans, we can take with what you said in your story, be more open, invite more people in.
Yeah.
Right?